Good morning. I'm William Poett. Happy Monday and welcome to another Mindset Mastery. This is episode 2, and I am really excited. Last week, we had about 20 new friends join us for our premiere show. Today, we've got about 50 of you guys registered, so I am super excited to see who's going to show up. The next 30 minutes, I guarantee you will be transformational, not only for you, but for your entire team and your organization. So lean in, grab a cup of coffee. Let me know where you are listening from and what we're doing, my commitment. And this is really cool. This is my pledge. This is my promise. Join this community. Show up every Monday. Come with an open mind. Come with a growth mindset. Be ready and willing to train. And in 3 months, the person you will grow into, the person you are today, will never be able to compete. And so that is my pledge. That's what we are all about. I am waiting for the tribe to assemble. And there's Lindsay Leonard. Hey, Lindsay, good morning. It is so great to see you. Happy Monday. I have a great show planned for you guys as we really dive into what is mindset. It's such a critical component. It really makes up who we are. Our mindset really defines how we show up in the world, how we respond to people, how we respond to events. Most importantly, how we respond to challenges. I think we can all agree that we are in the most disruptive time probably in history. Not only disruptive, there's Dr. Garcia, my partner, and it is going to be a great week. Not only disruptive in terms of economics, disruptive in terms of technology, disruptive in terms of how we move in the world. And so men and women who develop, master, and optimize their mindsets, we will thrive in this upcoming time of chaos and disruption and uncertainty. And individuals who have not cultivated, who have not optimized a mindset of growth, a mindset of change, a winning mindset, are really going to struggle. So I want to welcome you guys. As you pop in, it would be really fun to share where you're coming from. Where are you to? One of the beliefs, one of the values, and there's still Scott from Team Rally. I love it. I love it when the Rally team shows up. You guys are absolutely brilliant. So what we do in this program is every Monday we get together for about a half hour. We share some coffee, we share some concepts and some great conversation. And the more you engage, the more you lean in, the more you participate, the more you're going to benefit from these trainings. There is my brother from another mother, Terry Stein. Aloha to everybody out there in Cincinnati and in the Midwest. It's really a glorious day here in Santa Barbara. The sun is up. It is absolutely breathtaking. It's going to be about, 80 degrees today. So lots of great stuff to unroll, to unpack as we begin our adventure together. If you came in a little bit late, my promise, my commitment is you show up to these trainings once a week, you lean in, you open your mind, you will grow, you will expand your competencies, your capabilities, your ability to really serve at your highest level is going to increase. My goal as we move into 2023 on January 1, 2023, when that bell sounds and we start this brand new year, I want you to be better prepared intellectually, emotionally, through your mindset than you have at any point in history. So that's it. That's my welcome. We are broadcasting live on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. Not completely clear about how this tech is working. I know we've got a lot of friends watching on YouTube. I'm not actually able to see your comments live, but everybody here on LinkedIn, you are with us, you are engaging, you are showing up, and I can see you. So what I want to do, what we're going to do today, quick review of episode 1, quick reconnection. And one of the things that you're going to learn about me, and here's my 60-second bio. I have 11 black belt degrees. I am a pilot. I am a licensed skydiver. I am an ultralight backpacker. My partner, Dr. Garcia, and I couple of weeks ago, completed the 220-mile John Muir Trail. For 35 years, I have trained, I have studied, and I have taught. There is Dr. Phil, the highest performers in the world, in professional athletics, in the military, in the corporate environment. And my ultimate goal, my turn on, is mastery. Ernesto, I love the fact that I just said mastery, and Ernesto and Karen popped in. Great to see you, my 9Q tribe. And I love mastery in any form, whether it be a master gardener, whether it be a master author or a master tennis player. And what I have discerned over 35 years of work and research and study is that high achievers are not super people. I mean, that's one of the things. If there's anything extraordinary about me, it's the fact that I'm pretty ordinary. Maybe 5'9", might have been 5'10" at some point, but with age comes a little bit of vertical shrinking. Not the richest person in the world, not the smartest person in the world, not the strongest person in the world. But what I have done and what I know is that mindset makes the difference. Our values, our beliefs, and our dominant feelings really determine our outcomes. And I want you guys to think about this. What we're going to do in this program is we're really going to look under the hood. Because what we have been taught and a belief that most people share, see if you agree with me on this one, is if I only work harder. We look at our life and there is something that isn't great. Maybe it's our bank account. Maybe it's our relationships. Maybe it's the impact we're having in our careers. And we think, I just need to work harder. I just need to grind a little bit more. And that isn't the factor that changes the game. And it isn't that if I was only taller or if I had a different education, or if I had a different degree, that would change the game. Those aren't the key factors. The key factors are your mindset. And so I want you to think about this. We are all waking up and we share this planet. We share all of the potential knowledge. Every book that has ever been written has been written for you. We share all the potential customers. Every customer out there is waiting for you. We share all the potential opportunities to grow and experience. Those are universal. We all have, in fact, today, more access than we've ever had. How well do you access them? How well do you deploy them? How well do you engage with them? That's what changes everything. And so we've talked about, we're going to continue to talk about, what is your mindset? Your mindset is a frame. It is a neurological frame that is built out of your beliefs, your values, and your dominant feelings. Hi, Sierra. So what are your beliefs? Your beliefs are your I ams, it is. And let's take a moment and think about this. I am. You have hardwired beliefs about who you are. I am shy. I am an extrovert. I am great at learning. I am terrible at learning. These beliefs that you have about yourself have been hardwired into your brain. There are synaptic bridges that have been built and have been coded over decades. And the most important thing that I can share with you is we can recode them. Your values, what matters most to you, where'd they come from? Where did your beliefs and where'd your values come from? They weren't, very few of us were raised in perfect homes. Very few of us were raised in perfect environments. And so everyone that has interacted with you since you were tiny has been involved in coding or setting up your mindset. And what we're going to do in this training is we're going to start unwrapping what your mindset is. What are your beliefs? We did this last week and I asked you guys to share. What is a belief that you have? In fact, do this with me right now. It's a challenge because everyone listening, I know this for a fact, this tribe, you guys are motivated, you are engaged, you are committed to personal and professional development. You wouldn't be listening to me this morning if you weren't. I want you to share with me one belief you have about yourself that you know has led to your success. Because there are aspects, there are components of your mindset that are priceless. And we want to identify those. We want to double down on those. So one of mine is I am a lifelong student. Talk about a growth mindset. I love to learn. I know that as voracious as my appetite is for learning, I won't have enough years to learn all that there is out there. But I am never going to stop learning. I'm never going to stop training. Physically, intellectually, emotionally, these are belief systems that are hardwired into me. And I would love you guys, come on, somebody share what is a belief system that you have that's hardwired in that you know is leading to your success, because it's going to trigger other people's thoughts. It's going to help other people engage. So that's the first thing we want to do. I am an Iron Man. Oh, Ernesto. I love that. You know, Ernesto is truly a remarkable human being. I have the gift of, I've got a logo right here, which allows me to, I have the gift of coaching. Terry Stein shows up. Terry Stein leans in. Terry Stein loves people like nobody's business. And guys, when you, and today we're going to be talking about feelings. We're going to be talking about that third really amorphous component of our mindset. And I know right now, when I see Ernesto share, I am an Iron Man of life, that makes me feel better. When I see Terry, I have the gift of coaching, allows me to teach and mentor others to become great. That makes me feel better. When you guys are focusing on the beliefs and values that empower and elevate, you feel better. And that's what we're going to be kind of drifting into in today's trainings. We're going to be talking about the third critical component of mindset. So, and again, we are here to optimize. We are here to elevate. And so what does that mean? I'm going to challenge you over the next few weeks. Get a new journal, open up a diary, open a page in Evernote, and list as many beliefs as you can. What are beliefs? And again, they're the I am, it is, believe my position, my positive mindset, capitalizing the good and shortening the bad. Yes, 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 Phil. Awesome. I want you to have two sections to this notebook. One is going to be empowering. One is going to be disempowering. And on the empowering, I want you to list every belief, every I am, it is that you have about yourself and the world that you know serves you. So that's half of what we're doing to optimize our mindset. On the other half of the page, I want you to write disempowering beliefs. And what are some old thoughts? What are some corrupt programs that you have adopted, whether by choice or circumstance, that you know aren't serving you? I'm not good enough. I'm not tall enough. I don't have the right education. I'm not the right sex. Whatever the story is, if it's disempowering you, we're going to list it, because these are your mindset superpowers. In fact, these are really your life superpowers: self-awareness, self-management, and the ability to support others. So write those down if you're taking notes. And those are really the foundations of emotional intelligence, which is what we're sort of segueing into. Self-awareness. I can't change anything about who I am. I can't change anything about how I move in the world unless I'm aware of it. And then once I'm aware of it, I need to really be clear with the billion-dollar question: how is this serving me? And if you have a belief, Phil, his positive mindset, capitalizing on the good, minimizing the bad, that belief system, that ownership elevates his life. We want to double down on those. I want to spend more time reinforcing. I want to think, I want to speak, and I want to act in ways that reinforce and double down on my empowering beliefs and values. My disempowering. Now we're going to go back to my background as a martial arts instructor, close quarter combat, knife fighting specialist. There is a counter to every attack that can come your way. You have to understand biomechanics. You have to understand movement principles. And when you learn this counter, you train in it. You train in it until it becomes cellularized. And that's what we've got to do with your mindset. What are the counters to negative belief systems? I don't have enough education. That might be one. Or I'm not tall enough. Or I'm not whatever. Here's a technique that I use, and I've always used this technique, and I love this technique, and I call it the digit test. And when I see another human being out there in the world doing something extraordinary, I check their digits. How many fingers, how many toes do they have? How many eyeballs do they have? And you would be amazed that universally, I have the same number. And when I do the digit test, here's a belief system I have, a hardwired coded belief. If they can do it, I can do it. If another human being can do it, I can do it. And this has been proven in history. A lot of you guys are probably aware of the story of Dr. Roger Bannister. Dr. Bannister, so for a couple thousand years, it was believed a human running a sub 4-minute mile was impossible. We didn't have the biomechanics. It went against the laws of physics. Well, in 1953, there was one athlete who refused to buy into that lower vibrational mindset. And so Roger Bannister breaks the 4-minute mile. And that might be it, except within the next 3 years, over 100 athletes broke the 3-minute mile. So Roger Bannister was a genius. He was able to elevate above what any other human had in terms of mindset. But the digit test worked for all those other athletes. If someone can do it, I can do it. So those are examples of empowering belief systems, empowering values, and then counter what's a negative belief that you have. Write down the opposite. I'm unworthy. I'm not good enough. I'm inherently worthy. I am a child. I am a miraculous child of God. So those are two very different systems. I'm unworthy. I'm not good enough. There are people whose lives are driven by that belief system. And so what I need to do is I need to write down, I am inherently worthy. I am a magnificent child of God. And it's not just enough to write it down. I've got to look for evidence of it. I've got to feel it. I've got to drive it into my DNA. And that's a critical part of this process that we're going through to elevate and optimize our mindset. Because everyone here with me knows it's not about working harder. It's about shifting your relationship with energy. It's about shifting your relationship with challenges. It's about shifting your relationship with the events that happen around you. And we do that through optimizing our mindset. So we are going to, for the next couple of months, we're going to have fun each week exploring more empowering beliefs, more empowering values. And today I want to talk to you guys about feelings. And I got to share kind of a funny story. I think it's a funny story. I was recently back in Atlanta with my partner, Lara Seal, training our team, the Rally team. Rally, by the way, has created the ultimate enterprise change platform. That's where 9Q is really reaching out and impacting organizations on a global level. And we'll be talking about that in the future. Individuals have mindsets. Organizations have mindsets. If you are leading a company, or if you are leading a team, you had best be really concerned with not only optimizing your mindset, but how do I optimize the mindset of my team? Because I want you to think about this. Navy SEALs hang out with other Navy SEALs. Billionaires hang out with other billionaires. The high achievers hang out with high achievers. The reason being is it's unbelievably frustrating. Some of you guys are going to be related to this. You work, you commit yourself, you develop a high vibrational, optimized mindset. You're not going to survive around a bunch of people that have disempowering, low vibrational mindsets. So if you're running a company, if you're leading a team, you had better be concerned with two things. Number one, how do I optimize my mindset? How do I elevate my beliefs and my values and my dominant feelings? And then how do I empower my company to embrace an optimized mindset? And if you want some help with that, that's exactly what our company does. But today we're here focusing on you. We're going to talk about emotions. And here's the funny story. I am not a sports fan. I don't have a team. I just got a new phone and they wanted me to identify the teams for me to follow, and I don't have any. But I love mastery. I love high performance. So again, to set things up, I'm in Atlanta and we're talking, literally having a conversation about mindset. And for me, one of the greatest examples of how feelings impact mindset was the Super Bowl. And again, I've got some of my Atlanta team here where I guess it was Brady. I don't even know what team Brady was on, but they were playing Atlanta, and Atlanta was up by like 28, and never in the history of sports had a team come back and beat some of that. So I start to tell a story, and everyone in the room just starts sort of like booing and making these horrific sounds, which has never happened to me in a training. And so, sidebar, know your audience. Don't tell a story about the Braves losing when you're in Atlanta. But here's what I want us to focus on. In terms of mindset, Tom Brady has 6 Super Bowl rings. It's very easy. There is quantifiable evidence that his beliefs and values are more optimized than any quarterback in the history of the game. However, in the first half of that Super Bowl, what was missing? It wasn't his beliefs and values. Those are coded over years. There is one component of our mindset that is much more volatile, and yet it can have exponentially greater impact, and those are our emotions, how we are feeling in any given day. You can have the highest vibrational, the most optimized beliefs and values, but if you are feeling terrible, your capacity for an impact is non-existent. Your capacity to move the needle to change the game is non-existent. And so why is emotional intelligence becoming recognized as such a vital skill set for leaders? Well, it's becoming recognized as such a vital skill set because that's the third pillar of mindset. I can have optimized beliefs, I can have optimized values, but if I am feeling poorly, if I am feeling off, stressed, or overwhelmed, it's going to destroy my capacity to succeed regardless of how elevated my beliefs and values are. Another great example in sports is Tiger Woods. Had a great chance to meet Tiger when I was working with Wayne Gretzky back in the day. Incredibly, in my experience, very nice, humble person, knows more about the game of golf than any living human being. Certainly developed beliefs and values around his skill sets to a higher level than any human being. But when his personal life started crumbling, when there was a gap between his beliefs and his values and how he was showing up and moving in the world, those feelings devastated him. Those feelings destroyed his capacity to play. So I want you guys to just, does that resonate? Think about just give me a yes or a hell yes if you can relate, if that resonates with you. On days when you feel you feel great, you got a good night's sleep, you are just dialed in, you're looking good, you're feeling good, everything flows. And on days when you feel stressed, overwhelmed, and frustrated, your performance minimizes. So what's our training concept? What do I want to share with you guys today? What I want you to understand is that there are feelings that high performers learn how to habitualize that drive and elevate performance. So most people who have not done a lot of work in terms of EQ and emotional intelligence live a kind of roller coaster life. If the market is up, they feel good. If the market crashes, they feel bad. If there's money in the bank, they feel good. If there's no money in the bank, they feel bad. And so what happens to people who haven't cultivated this emotional, energetic intelligence is they are victims to circumstances. An emotionally intelligent person rises above their circumstances. And we're going to be hitting this pretty hard over the next few weeks. An emotionally intelligent person sets their feelings exclusive of outcome and environment. Great quick example, George Washington, Valley Forge. I'm in a winter camp. I was told I've got 6 months of supplies. I've got 6 weeks of supplies. I go into the winter camp with 12,000 soldiers. 25% of my army dies from starvation, freezing, dysentery. And yet, in the spring, I have to take what's left of my army and face the 35,000 British troops that are sitting warm in the harbor. There has never been a situation, an external situation, that would allow or drive someone's feelings to completely shatter. And yet every morning, George Washington got up, put on his best uniform, went out and addressed his troops. He inspired his troops, and he led them to ultimate victory. And that's leadership. That's leading an organization. That's leading an army. It's leading a family. I know things are really, really difficult right now for a lot of people, and your capacity to manage your emotional, and I'm going to call it your emotional energetic state, because your emotions are literally emotions, energy and motion. And let's talk real quick about some emotions that expand and empower: love, curiosity, compassion, kindness. All of these, and love is the highest of all emotions. When I am in love, I am expansive. When I am in love, I feel magnificent. When I am in love, and this is really, really critical, neurologically, your brain fires differently. When you are in love, your frontal lobe, the part of your brain responsible for creativity, for insights and inspiration, that's firing. And think about this: when you're in a challenging situation, a challenging environment, you need that frontal lobe firing. As we descend out of these higher vibrational optimized emotions, as we descend into stress, as we descend into overwhelm, as we descend into frustration, your brain fires differently. We get more of a reactive brain. We lose the ability to be creative, to be inspired. We lose the ability to find and present the best of ourselves. And then we can ascend all the way down into the worst: fear, rage, anger, hate. So at 9Q, we have a really, really simple framework we teach. It's called the productivity zones, and it's green on top, 8, 9, 10. Then there's yellow, 6, 5, 6, 7. And then there's red, 1 through 4. And those zones identify where your dominant feelings have taken you. And so what we're going to be doing over the next couple of weeks as we play with these ideas of mindset is I'm going to be sharing with you guys tools and techniques that are going to allow you to move into the green zone, to move into that regardless of what's happening around you. This is what's critical. This is key. Regardless of what's happening around you, move into the green zone so you can be at your most optimized, elevated state. So we have a couple minutes. I'm going to wrap things up. We're going to tie a bow on it. I promised you would have training exercises. So this week, we've got a couple of them. Number one, I want you to get a journal, notebook. Left-hand side, empowering beliefs. What are the it is, I ams that are helping you rock your life? Other side of the page, what are the disempowering beliefs? What are the I ams, it is that are hurting you? And then third page, counter each one of those. Take the disempowering belief and write the opposite of it. And we're going to talk about how to instill for this coming week. Just spend time reading, thinking, and acting on those more empowering beliefs. The second thing I want you to do, here's the challenge I have for you, is recognize today's a Super Bowl. I've spent years working with Ernesto, and Ernesto is literally an Iron Man of life. And one of the things that we have created and embedded as a core value, today's a Super Bowl. Can't do anything about yesterday. Can't do anything about tomorrow. How I wake up, how I show up, how I perform, how I engage today is what will change my life. It's what's going to determine the outcome of my life. If you want a great 2023, then today is the Super Bowl. And when today ends, take a breath. Simple process. Win review. Here's your homework. This is it. It's really, really easy. Again, this is one of our core 9Q principles. Every leader, every team, every organization trained by us does this. At the end of the day, 5 minutes. What worked? Identify when you were in an optimized state, when you were in flow, when you feel great, those big wins. We want to celebrate those, feel great about those. Then I want to take a moment, and here's where the real gift is. What isn't working? What are some moments throughout the day where you were acting on a lower vibrational belief, where you allowed negative feelings to show or drive your actions and reactions? What are some negative outcomes during the day where you didn't show up as your highest self, your most optimized self. And here's the secret sauce. What's one thing I can do better tomorrow? What's one, maybe you drink another 12-ounce cup of water. Maybe you go for a 5-minute walk in the morning with your dog, whatever it is. What's one thing you can do to optimize your life? And I promise you, if you begin to become self-aware, start self-managing, start supporting other people around you, your life is going to grow in ways you can't imagine. I am William Poett. I love our Mindset Mondays. They're going to get better and better. Post your thoughts, post your feedbacks on our 9Q page, which is, you guys are all members on, that's for broadcasts. Post questions. What are things that you would like to have us address? Make sure you are following us on LinkedIn. And by the end of this week, we are building out a mindset optimization, a high performance habit starter kit. And this is going to be for all of you guys. It's not going to cost anything. You go to our website and there's going to be some great videos, some downloads, and again, some tools and exercises to make sure that you and I and your organization are set up for the biggest wins imaginable. Getting ready to wrap. I love Mindful Mondays with you guys. Do me a favor. Please share this. Share this video with your team. Invite other people to join us, and let's grow this tribe into a group of individuals who can really make a difference and change the world. So that is it. I am William Poett. On behalf of 9Q Solutions and Rally, I want to thank you guys for being a part of our team, being a part of our tribe. Until next week, go out and create some great self-awareness, self-management, support of others. That's how we're going to master our mindsets. That's it.